Imagine waking up to a government where the rules suddenly seem to bend for the powerful, where layoffs loom during a shutdown, targeting specific groups without a second thought. That's the shocking reality unfolding right now as a judge steps in to halt what could be a radical shakeup of federal employment. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this a necessary efficiency drive or an overreach that undermines the very fabric of democratic governance? Stick around, and let's unpack the details together, breaking down the legal battles and high-stakes decisions that could redefine how our government operates. In a pivotal move on Wednesday, a federal judge in San Francisco has temporarily prevented the Trump administration from dismissing federal workers amid the current government shutdown. This decision arrives just 5 days after the administration delivered reduction in force notifications, essentially formal notices of potential layoffs, to over 4,000 employees. For beginners, think of a government shutdown as a period when Congress hasn't approved enough funding, leading to a halt in many non-essential services. But it doesn't typically allow for mass firings without proper procedures. Here, the judge is ensuring those rules are followed, protecting workers from abrupt changes. U.S. District Judge Susan Yvonne Illston emphasized during a hearing that these actions clash with established laws. "You can't do this in a nation of laws," she reportedly stated, according to NBC News, underscoring the importance of legal boundaries even in turbulent times. Two major unions representing tens of thousands of federal workers had petitioned the court to enforce this block, highlighting the widespread concern among public servants. The Trump administration had previously signaled their intent to proceed with layoffs during the shutdown, with President Donald Trump repeatedly framing the cuts as targeting Democrat agencies or related initiatives. This wording suggests a partisan angle, potentially sparking debates about whether such moves prioritize political agendas over fair administration. Just before the judge's ruling, White House Budget Director Russell Vought predicted in an interview on The Charlie Kirk Show that the shutdown could lead to the elimination of more than 10,000 federal positions. And this is the part most people miss. These projections raise questions about the long-term impact on essential services, like disaster response or public health, which rely heavily on these employees. Judge Illston accused the administration of exploiting the funding lapse to sidestep regulations, acting as if all bets are off and laws no longer applied. She expressed confidence that the unions could demonstrate the RIFs were not only illegal, but also arbitrary and capricious, a legal term meaning decisions made without reason or fairness. This interpretation positions the layoffs as potentially reckless, prioritizing ideology over stability. Democracy Forward, an advocacy group advocating for the unions in this case, applauded the judge's intervention. The president seems to think his government shutdown is distracting people from the harmful and lawless actions of his administration, but the American people are holding him accountable, including in the courts, said Skye Perryman, the group's CEO. She further criticized the targeting of federal workers as aligning with strategies from Project 2025, a conservative blueprint for government reform that some see as ambitious while others view it as extreme. Perryman added that these civil servants perform vital duties for the public, and toying with their jobs is not just cruel, but also a danger to the nation's well-being. This developing story is sure to fuel intense discussions. Is the judge's block a safeguard against abuse of power, or is it an obstacle to needed administrative reforms? Could these layoffs genuinely streamline government operations, or do they risk dismantling programs that benefit everyday Americans? What do you think? Does prioritizing certain agencies over others cross into unfair territory? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate whether this is about efficiency, politics, or something deeper threatening our democratic checks and balances. Stay tuned for more updates as this unfolds.